Crash Bandicoot was a 3D platformer game that originally came out September 9th, 1996. Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash Bandicoot Warp were a staple in my childhood. I had those two games on the original PlayStation. The first of the three games that I had actually played was the third game, Warped. I got so good at the game that I almost beat it 100% even as a child. When I was 7 years old, I asked for Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back for my 8th birthday, and lo and behold, my parents did not disappoint. Now, between the third game and the second game, I wasn't sure what I liked best. The third game was probably the easiest, but I really enjoyed the second game's levels. Now, as far as the first game, I never really played it as a child. The only time that I might have messed around with it was at my friend's house because he had the game, but I never did. It wasn't until my adult years until I played this game for the very first time. I bought the game originally on eBay because at the time I might have owned a PS3, but I still had my PS2 and I always wanted to try it. So try it, I did, and hate it, I also did. The first Crash Bandicoot game was ridiculous, and I'm surprised that any kid could play this. But on June 30th, 2017, they released Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, so I bought it from my local GameStop and mine came with socks. This was all three of the original games with improved graphics and game enhancements with all of the same nostalgia and elements of the original three games. The first game, however, was not any easier, but I really enjoyed the games and all they had to offer. The OG Crash Bandicoot all started with the co-founder of Naughty Dog, Jason Rubin, wanting a sort of Warner Brothers cartoon feel into a 3D game.
We started the development of Crash Bandicoot with the idea that we wanted to create a Warner Brothers cartoon character feel within a 3D game. So we brought in 2D classic cartoon animators to help us design the character, and then we animated him in Alias Wavefront to create what we hope was a squash and stretch classic look.
In the second game, they took a lot of feedback from the fans from the first game and refined the controls, refined the look, and in my opinion made the game better than the first. They made the game bigger with more secret areas, as well as they used an entirely new game engine to create the game better. And this was also the first time they had real cutscenes in the series. And for the third game, which is my personal favorite, they've really upped the ante. They've actually made the game so much bigger with so much more replay value with the time trials added, and they even have a way that you can keep score and compete against your friends or siblings. There are a few things that this game did that they just did not think was possible with the technology that they had at the time.
In Crash Bandicoot Warp, we have entire rounds where everything is floating in the water. We have environment mapping against waves, and the waves are moving in a very realistic ocean pattern, but you can see the reflections of the world in the waves, which gives a very, very realistic effect. I think most people, including ourselves, until this project, thought it was not possible to pull off that many things, that much subdivision in a level, that you just would not have the speed to do something like that.
Wow, if he can only see the games today. Wait, he's credited in the Ghost of Tsushima? Well, he knows. The point is, we came a long way from games in the 1990s versus 2017, and especially 2024. But I haven't told you the best part of the OG games yet.
Now I have to lay down a challenge to the PlayStation Underground viewers. I've heard that you're some of the best video game players, some of the best PlayStation players out there. And I want to see if that's actually true. The Naughty Dogs, all of the Sony testers, our Sony producers, as well as Mark Cerny, have been playing our time trial mode, and you'll be able to find in the credits of the game what all of our best times were.
You don't turn back. I will inflict 1,000 years of suffering on you and the entire universe!
And the challenge is, can you actually beat that time? And I have to say, within that group of people, there are some darn good players, so it's going to be quite a challenge. So the challenge is out to you now.
I did do a little bit of research, and I don't know if this is true or not, but let me know in the comments if anyone knows for sure, and if they kept it in the Insane Trilogy. I just couldn't find any information online about it.
Good girl. Oh, great footage. Thanks for the underground footage. We'll put you in the next underground. Credits, okay,
Wait, they actually had a Naughty Dog named Morgan? That's awesome. Anyways, Crash Bandicoot quickly became a household name and a symbol of the PlayStation brand in the late 90s to early 2000s. Crash Bandicoot was designed to be a mascot for PlayStation, much like Mario was for the Nintendo and Sonic was for Sega. The game's unique combination of platforming, humor, and engaging level design set it apart from its competitors. Crash Bandicoot's success was a significant factor in the PlayStation's rise to prominence in the gaming market. When the Insane Trilogy was released in 2017, it became a critical and commercial success, proving that Crash's charm and engaging gameplay remain absolutely timeless. Since it has been years and the game is still very successful, you can see that its success actually demonstrates the importance of a strong character design and branding. Crash became an icon, not just because of the game itself, but because of the way it was marketed and the quality of the product. There are hundreds of games out there that have been definitely inspired by the Crash Bandicoot franchise, and so from the humble beginnings in the 90s to its resurgence in the modern era, Crash Bandicoot has left an inevitable mark on the gaming industry. His adventures have entertained millions, and his legacy will continue to go on for years to come. Thank you for joining me in this quick little journey through history and the impact of Crash Bandicoot. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you, and let's see what we're playing next. Okay, you ready to draw from the hat? Yeah? Okay, good. Here, let's dig deep. Let's do this. Let's do lots of flipping around. That one there is gonna fall out. Alright, ready? Try to dig deep. Go! Grab one of them. Pull one out. Alright, what's that say? It says, oops, I dropped it. It says Batman Arkham City. That's what we're doing. Batman Arkham City. Say yay! Say yay! No?